Hello everyone, you are welcome to my channel. I remain your friend Chris Eze. On this live today, we'll be entertaining you with a topic that is say why men always get punished than women. So on this video today, our discussion will be on this. So on this video, if you stay tuned on this live, you will have opportunity to see how nature have positioned a man, to see how nature have done everything, and how men find themselves where they are today in life in general. So I welcome you all to this live, and I urge you to share this live to your friends and your family as we embark on this meaningful conversation. So I welcome you all, and I say may God bless you all as we join this live, and stay tuned for this conversation. So our topic today, our discussion today will be on why men always get punished than women. And when you join on this conversation, you will be able to understand why it is that way. You will be able to understand that it is never any man's fault or any woman's fault, but that is how God have designed it from the creation. Because even in the Bible, in book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 17 to 18, you will be able to find out that when God put Adam and Eve into the Garden of Eden and something happened, they committed sin against God. They disobeyed God by eating the apple in the middle of the garden against God's commandment not to eat. So you find out that it was actually a woman that lured his her husband, sorry, her husband to eat the apple. After eating the apple, she passed it over to her husband. But God punished the man because of the sins of his wife. Why did God do so? Because God will always hold a man responsible the way nature and the government of the world and the laws of many countries in the world today always hold man responsible in many ways. So in the same Bible, when you talk about Zachariah, when the angel Gabriel bring the message about the coming of John, you see that only to ask the angel, how will I be sure of this? Because I and my wife, we are both old. So maybe Zachariah then was like, my wife is already an old woman. She no longer see her period. She have attained the age of menopause, and everything medical have already say no, or have already, deny the chances of having a child. So on the man, try to question angel, who's happened to be God's messenger. He got punished. Imagine, he got punished and he was, struck with the dumb that you will remain silent until the day this child will be born. So just for a mere asking of question, render him this heavy punishment that make him to be unable to speak again till after 9 months or so. So you will ask yourself, why so much harsh on men? Why so much harsh on us? Are we really, so unfortunate when it comes to favor and many things? Because this is God, the God of mercy. They say that our God is merciful God, and yet our treatment will always be harsh and hard. That is by the way. So when you talk about men, this is why I said that Abraham were so lucky when the promise of Isaac was made. Because when this promise was made, so if you read your Bible very well, you understand that Sarah laughed. Sarah actually mocked the message of the angel. Like, don't they know how old I am? I can no longer have a child. I'm too old for that. Maybe I'm no longer seeing my period. I have attained some certain age, and so on. Believe me, if Abraham could have joined his wife Sarah to laugh at the angel based on those messages that appear to be unbelievable, believe me, the story could have not sound the way it is sound in the Bible, because he is the man, because he's always the target. Yes. So this is why we have choose to talk about this video, this moment, and today. So, and I sincerely urge you to join on this meaningful conversation so that we unleash this together and you equally share your opinion and tell us why you think that things is being done that way to men. I have seen several people that talk about men, that men does not really benefit even in the marriage. And when you critically view the life of a man, it will almost make you to wish that you have never been a man. Or you will rather say that maybe in your next life, you will choose to be a woman who got a lot of things for free, who attract mercy at every point, who are being pampered both by men and by God and by gods, whose sins are always being overlooked because they believe that even God himself will favor them. They believe that they are not to be wholly responsible in whatever that happened. So this is why it is very important for us to pay attention and have this meaningful conversation to be able to know why it is like this, to be able to know why we always attract this treatment. And that is it. When you talk about man and life and marriage, why many people strongly believe that men does not really benefit in the marriage is because of how the event of life goes. So a man will be born, maybe go to school, study, and do a lot of things, and finally secure a job. And he will start planning his life. After planning his life, like building a house, buying properties, try to stabilize himself as a man. So at the end of the day, he will go and bring a stranger into his life. These strangers will be called a wife or a girlfriend. So at long run, You get along with this stranger who happens to call wife. So after some point, we develop emotional things that call love, and you will start living with this woman together. While living with this woman, you will become responsible for yourself and responsible for this very woman. You get punished for your own offense or your own sin, and equally get punished for the sins of this woman, just like the way Adam get punished for the sin of Eve, and so on. So, as you people keep living together, there will come to a point we decide to have a child. So, when you having this a child, so a child will be like the best friend of the woman who have joined in the union to enjoy what you have worked for as a man. So all this is what society call family. Now you ask yourself, why is it always men? This very man in question will provide for a stranger he bring into his life. This stranger has been nicknamed to a wife. And with this a stranger's best friend who happens to be his child, all of them will now accumulate, and the responsibility of the man will increase. And it did not end there. This man will be whole responsible for everything that happened to his best friend and his best friend best friend. In the other way, I will say he will be responsible for what happened to his wife and his child. So his wife is his best friend, while his own child is his best friend best friend. So you will be the one to provide these people. You'll be the one to protect these people. You'll be the one to defend these people. And you'll be the one to hold responsible if anything happened to these people, or if these people do anything. So you now find out that after all the cycle, it come back to the man. So the man will be from the beginning and to the end, and it did not end there. After you have provided all this your best friend who happens to be your wife will still complain, both the minor complaint and major complaint. This is if you are lucky. If you happen to be unlucky one, it will graduate from this complaint to a problem, which may lead to many things. So at the end of the day, you can now find out that the man will always work for himself and for other people, both the people who are yet unborn. They will carry their load on their shoulder. So, and the question becomes, why always men? Even in the society that we find ourselves today, on several occasions, you may be driving along the road and you see a lady standing on the road to have a lift, or planning to go in a far distance, like maybe 2 hours drive different or 1 hour drive distance, without having a transport fare. But she believes that as God has placed that favor on them by standing on the roadside, a man will pick her up, or maybe her fellow women, which is very rare, may pick her up and they will drive to their destination. On several occasions, you see where a man can even got beaten or get punished because of their wife committed offense somewhere. On many occasions, you see that a man will need help, but even their fellow men will not really help them or care about their welfare. But women, before they ask, already receive. Sometimes we'll even be the one to ask them, baby, what do you want? Are you happy? And so many more. But it is very rare for a man to obtain such favor. So both God and the society and the men give favor to women more than to men. In many places, you see a lot of men having a shorter lifespan than women. Not because they doesn't pray, not because they are not healthy, but because of responsibility, over labor, lack of rest, lack of peace, and so many other things. So you will see that you will agree with the word say that the day a man were born is the day assignment has been given to him. Responsibility has been given to him. And once you grow and get to adult age, that is the day that your responsibility as a man starts. First of all, you gradually becoming responsible for every of your action, from the family to the society and to the grave. This is a reality that we have to accept. And we have come to realize that we have no option than to accept it, because right from nature, that is how nature has placed every man. So in view of all this, you will end up asking, why always men? I grow up with a family that we are many. I have siblings. And among us, we have both male and female. And right from child, when you see that the ladies among us did something, then can equally be forgiven. Or even if they will get punished at all, they will have a very little or minor punishment for a particular offense. But for men, it will always be hard. Even in the school, when we are kids and we used to go to school, whenever they are to punish latecomers in the school, we see that ladies' punishment were always fair compared to men punishment. And you ask yourself, why always men? Men are having a shorter lifespan than their women counterparts, not because they choose to, but because in all their life is a life of responsibility, life of blame, life of punishment, and many more. And this is why men are asking, why always men. Going from there, you come to the constitution of many countries and society in general. You will have a pure and clear understanding of what I'm saying when you happen to have a police case with a lady, or you happen to have a misunderstanding between yourself as a man and a lady, maybe in the street or in open place. You will find out that the treatment is always different. Everyone will have more care to secure this lady, to save this lady, to pamper this lady, to know what is wrong with this lady, to know if this lady is okay. And many people will never care to know how you feel as a man. Rather, there will be more concern of cautioning you for your action, even without caring to know the source of the particular dispute. And this is why it is very important for you as a man to understand that your case is always different. So knowing this, you will have more peace within yourself. Knowing this, you will be able to understand how you should behave, how you should think, how you should make decision, and how you should handle every issue that comes to you. Because even in the Bible, when you check out the people that suffer most, even in the Bible, are men. Even when God wanted to harshly send a message against Egyptians to Israelites, you see that the people that was attacked, according to the Bible, are mostly men. You say first-born male child and first born male animal, some stuff like that. So you see that this connection to punishment is always there for men. So even when you are doing anything, your treatment as a man will always be different. So moving on from there, we talk about the law that we have within the society, both in Africa and in the Western world. You always see that every constitution and how they design most of the system in the society and in the Western world are made to favor women or to protect women. And this is why men are paying the price, and unfortunately, the price will be endless price. And that is very sad. And we ask, why is it always men? A lot of men will wish to live a particular lifestyle that they will live. But once you are married, once you have children, your wife and your children will always come first. And we call it love or caring. At the end of the day, a man will live all his life working. A man will live all his life trying to give his family, which is his friend, as a wife, and his children best life and future. And sometime along the line, a man will die and go, and life continues. And even when some of these children grow up, only few of them will really, recognize their father as somebody who have paid a price to get them where they are. That is if you are lucky. that is where they will remember you at all as a man. But if you are not lucky, or you was unable to meet up the requirement or the standard they have set for themselves without any plan but resting their shoulder on you, you will be called a bad father. You will be regarded as a man who does not really care about their family. At the end of the day, they may abandon you and all they know is their father. So I have seen many occasions whereby people will be having a plan. Maybe a young man or a young lady finally become successful after engaging in a business for a couple of years, or after study and secure a good job within the couple of years. So all they can think for is after themselves, is their mother. So their father will be really out of their plan. Maybe if it is a gift, they can go their father maybe a minor gift, and a lot will not even remember that. So, and you ask yourself, why is the life of man really the way it is? In the society that we find ourselves today, if you approach a young lady trying to get married to her or trying to have her as your girlfriend, where their focus will be is what they can get from you. Only few will be really think what they will offer you, maybe to support you or to make you as a better person, or to make you feel happy, or to make you feel worthy as a man. And these questions are the things that we really have to ask ourselves as people. So a lot of them does not really care what they will offer you, but what you will offer them. And it is not even going to be politely sometimes. They are going to give it to you as a condition that if you are able to meet it, that means you are qualified. But if you cannot meet some of their inordinate condition, you will be regarded, as someone who is irresponsible or as a failure. These are what men goes through, and this is what push a lot of men to work extra time, to take some risk, to do a lot of things that at the end of the day, either they will suffer it heavily at their old age, or they will die along the line. So these are the few things that you should know as yourself as a man, that nobody is really there to help you or to favor you. If your girlfriend or your wife is there to favor you, believe me, you must have proved them twice of whatever they want to offer you. Yes, if it is a spending before they can spend on you, you might have initiated that spending and get them convinced that yes, you are not spending anymore. This is because you don't have, or because you are yet to have, because they really want to get in return whatever they will offer you, or whatever they will offer you is in the name of paying back. That is if the woman in question have a good heart, or can even remember the good time that you have given to her. So that is one of the points. In the Western world, you have heard several stories how a lot of women take advantage of men. They were able to do that because the law protects them, the law favors them, and the law will always be against men. So they always think that way or act that way, believing that man, you are stronger vessel, that you can always, start afresh, or you can always find a way, and so many things. So these are the things that you should know in your life as a man, that you cannot really obtain favor from many people. We have seen a situation where a man will get married to a woman and they will have children. This man will work out his ass. This man will work all his life trying to save in order to secure future for his children. And at the end of the day, you'll find out that maybe those children that he has been working for or saving for were not even his biological children. You will see that all your effort you have been making in your life, denying yourself some pleasure, denying yourself some luxury, denying yourself happiness, sacrificing your own happiness in order to transfer such happiness to your children, in order to give your children better tomorrow. You will see that everything will hit on the rock and you will start afresh again. And this woman will be on the safer side, because both God, the society, and even our fellow men, they are also favoring them. They are also protecting them. The law is also favoring them. So, and this is why, as a man, you don't really have to be angry about it. You don't really have to do anything about it, because even in the Bible, it have already happened in the Bible. And this is why we really have to accept it as people. We really have to accept it and make sure that our own life is being taken care of as people. So that is it in life of man. So one reason that people have been struggling and dying early, and so many things, facing many challenges, committing a lot of crime in order to please a woman out there, in order to please his family, in order to take care of his family, in order to have a foundation to see himself capable of bringing a woman into his life. All these things is because of the responsibility that nature have placed on a man's life. And you ask yourself, why is it that way? So number one, why it is that way is because you are being assigned to be in charge, to take care of things in this world as a man. And this will take us back to where I said that the day a man were born, he has been given a responsibility, because everything that God has made, he placed them under human being who happens to be a man. And this is why he gets punished whenever anything goes wrong. So, because of this, you have been assigned to do many things. You have been assigned first to be responsible to yourself. You have been assigned second to be responsible for any of your actions. You have been assigned to be responsible to any of your decision, and you have been responsible to take care of anything that is under your care. And you have also been assigned to be accountable to your life and the life of your family, which includes your children or your wife, even your followers. That is like your younger one. So these are the things that you must know, and there is no way you can escape it, because this assignment has been given to you from the day that you was born, and there's nothing you can do about it. So these are the things that you should know. No, so talking about this assignment, you have been given assignment to take care of yourself as a man and as your family. And this taking care of these people includes many things. It includes taking care of yourself, both physically, spiritually, financially, and emotionally. That is for yourself, which is even less important to the society. Because as a man, if you focus only on yourself, you end up being a selfish man or a stingy man according to the society. Now, another thing is taking care of your family. Talking about taking care of your family, it means taking care of your woman. There's no two ways about it. And taking care of a woman and taking care of your family, you as a man, you have been assigned to deny yourself a lot of your rights, a lot of your pleasure, and a lot of luxury in order to put other people right and make them feel comfortable, which will now reflect to your own life as you having peace. It will take a man to be so wealthy enough to be able to take care of his family perfectly and have the kind of life he will ever dream of. And this is why most of the time you see, when you see a man and their family, you see that women, they always look bigger or fatter or more fresh than their husband. And it is very simple, because in a home where there's a family, you can see that a man is using bathing soap that costs maybe $1 or $2, while the same man will try to buy his wife a bathing soap of $5 or $10 or $20, depending on the price. This is when you will know that a man may be using one boxer for 6 months or two boxers for 6 months to 1 year without changing it. As long as they wash it, they are good to go. But a man will try to change their underwear almost every month or every 2 months, depending on their preference. And they will like to have it in many and in assorted way. So you are not to blame them for that, because that is how nature have destined it to be, and there's nothing any man can do about it. This is why, as a man, you can be managing yourself in a very small house, but once you comes in with a woman in such a house, you will have no option but to look for a better place where she can be comfortable. Because you as a man, you can be comfortable in many places that you find yourself. You now see that the priority will always go away from the man, while he will be the one making that very priority. So that is the area of taking care of your family. You see a lot of men taking care of their children, even sell their properties. Some men even sell land to make sure that they sponsor their children to get to a particular stage or point in their life. But at the end of the day, you'll find out that once this child grow, you often you often find this in male children. Once these male children grow, they will turn against their own father. It will be like two rivals at home. So they will not care how they get to where they are today. They will not care what they could have achieved without their father in their life. They will not care how the man feel. Sometimes they will even be praying for the man to leave this world earlier than expected, so that they can live their life the way they want, because the man will always try to checkmate their activity, try to guide them, and try to stop them doing whatever they want to do. Because as a child or as a young man, you may think that everything that you are doing is the best for you. But as a parent and as a father, they will always see ahead of you and know that not all those things that you are clamoring for will be best for you. So at all, it will fall back to the man. It become anxiety, it become worries to the man. It become unhappy things towards the man, because he senses danger, but no one will try to understand him. And this is why a lot of men die in silence. Not because of anything, but because nobody is ready to listen to them or understand them. And even if they talk, people will hardly see things at their own point of view. And those things keep going on and on. And you will ask yourself, why always man and why? So this is why, as a man, you really have to understand this, that this is not anybody's fault, and you don't have to be angry about it. You don't have to blame the society or nature, because the society themselves are part of the things that make it be the way it is. So from the day you were born, you have been assigned to do all these things, whether you like it or not, whether the nature contacted you to know your capacity or not. Nature and the universe does not care about those things. What they care for is to make sure that you give out what is required, not even what you have, but what is required, that you should give it out. So that come to the point of that very assignment of responsibility unto men, which make men life, always look miserable, always full of tax from the adult age to grave, and life goes on. Number two is leadership. When you talk about leadership, you will know that leadership always seems nice when you are not the leader. You will think that leadership is all about enjoyment because of the authority that has been given to you. Maybe as a man, or as a leader in the society, or as a political leader, or church leader, traditional leader, whichever way, leadership is a leadership, because every man is a leader. Leadership will start from your own immediate family. So talking about this leadership, you will find out that no man can really be a good leader without a good followers. And this is why we always hold our political leaders in particular responsible. This is why we always condemn their policies, their actions, and many things. So taking it off there and bringing it down to our own family level, you will find out that the leadership mountain has been given to you as a man from the day that you was born, but it will only manifest when you go to that adult age. And this is why they will now give you your own kingdom to govern. And this is why even the Bible tells us that you are a king and you are gods. Yes. So now, you being given this mountain of leadership, so you will find out that once immediately you have been given this mountain of leadership, your followers and those who give you that leadership, all of them will withdraw back and allow you to lead. So when we are leading, you will now see yourself in a picture of a driver carrying many people. So how you drive will determine whether they will appreciate you or criticize you. But unfortunately, that in the road of life, no man can be a perfect driver because he's full of many things: distraction, gallops, potholes, and so many things. And many men have ended up their life on the process of trying to dodge all the potholes in this very road of life. Many men have lost their life on the process of trying to run speed to get to destination where their followers want them to arrive, which may be your wife or your children. On the process of trying to meet up to their demand, many men have lost their life. Many men have equally lost their life on the process of trying to take things slowly so that their followers, who happens to be their immediate family, like wife and children, uncles, in-laws, and the rest, so that they will not complain. So they decide to go slowly. Many people have lost their life and never get to their destination in life because of such decision. And this is why a musician, Flavor, said that to be a man is not a day job. That a man will grow up and take care of himself, provide for himself, provide for his family, provide for his wife and the children, provide for his in-laws, provide for his own parents, and provide for his siblings as well. And at the end, a lot of friends will still look up to them to get help from them. The society will look up to them to get help from them. The church will look up to them to get help from them. You see that all these things will accumulate, and the man life will be nothing but full of misery and working hard, and at the end of the day end up in grave. And you ask yourself, why always men? Why men? These are the things that men see. This is the experience and the lifestyle of 99.999% of men that are living in this world, except those who run away from their responsibility and being considered useless. And even being useless is as equally expensive. Even being stupid is equally as expensive, because as a man, you are being entitled to be responsible for your own actions and decision. So these things are the things that men see in their life, and they will keep on struggling and struggling and struggling till their last day. So as a man, you are a leader in the place that you find yourself in the life, and this is why you are being punished for your sin. You are being punished for the sins of your wife. You are being punished or hold responsible for the sins of your children. And you are being punished for the sins of even unknown. So this is why when you mislead your family, you are being hold responsible for that. So because Adam have that mantle of leadership from God, this is why he was unable to escape God's anger, even when Eve was the one that gave him the apple to eat. So you as a man watching this video, how are you handling the mountain of leadership that God, nature, and the society in general have handed over to you? As a leadership, you are expected to have a better understanding within the society and even to spiritual things. Yes, because of lack of that spiritual understanding and faith as a leader, this is why Gabriel punished Zachariah for asking him, how possible will this be? It means that as a man, you will be blamed for what you know and what you don't know. As a man, all the society want from you is expectation, but not explanation and excuses. That is the pure fact. Because the angel did not try to find himself in Zacharias' shoe to know that, oh, maybe these people, they are 70 years old or they are 90 years old. This man, his wife is already old and she might have entered menopause stage, or she might no longer see her period. God did not want to hear that. God was not interested in that. The only thing that interested that you are a man, you are supposed to understand. You are a man, you are supposed to believe. And what happened? Punishment and nothing more. So the earlier you understand that a mountain of leadership has been given to you, this is when you are going to recognize responsibility in your life and make morality, humility, responsibility, hard working as your best friend, because there is no other way but only that way. So the mountain of leadership have been given to you, and there's no man can take it off. It will only be taken off the day you say goodbye to this world. You as a man. So this is the second point. The second reason why is always men. Number 3 reason is that you are gods. In book of Genesis, after God have laid his curse unto men because of disobeying him, the Bible said that you can see now that there are gods like us, but they should be sent out of the Garden of Eden so that they will not go and they eat the fruit of life, which will prevent men from living forever. So you are God, and this is why you have been called upon to answer for what you know and what you don't know, because the universe, your followers, believe that you know, just like the way we blame our political leaders and our church leaders, because we believe that they know. So that is third point. Because as a Christian or as a Muslim or as a Jewish, in any race that you find yourself, as long as you are praying, as long as you believe in God, you will always believe that whatever that happened to you, God is aware of it, because God is God. And bringing it down to a layman understanding, Bible make it clear to us that after eating that fruit, God said that they are now like us, which means you as a man, you are like God. And this is why expectation will never ever finish. And because we are God, this is why as a child, you can wake up in the morning and go and tell your dad that, Daddy, I need a car today. Whether your dad had a car or not, it does not concern you. But as a child, you will say, Dad, I want a car today. Maybe your dad will ask you, oh, my son or my daughter, when do you want this car? Maybe as a child, they may tell you that I want this car in the next 3 hours. You say, oh, my darling, okay, no problem. I will get you a car when coming back from work. And that child will automatically believe you, because they see you as their father, and then see you like you are God representative before them. They believe that my dad can do anything for me. That is the pure manifestation of God in you as a man. So this is why, as a man, your wife most of time does not really care how you get money to do some certain things. Your wife might not to be interested on how you are going to achieve a particular thing. But once they desire that thing, then we tell you as their man that, baby, I want this. Honey, I want this. And immediately we tell them that, okay, I'm going to do this for you. They will believe you, because that God in you is manifesting. Because that mountain of leadership that God have handed over to you is working. They will believe in you. So it will be you now, that man, that will struggle to know how you can find a reason why you were unable to provide such a thing. Or you find a reason when to say when you will provide such a thing, or you provide the particular thing that they have demanded, because you are God. This is why when I wake up and things go the way that I don't want, personally in my life, I may kneel down and pray and say, God, do this, do that. This is why when something go well for me, I may kneel down and pray and say, thank you, God, because I know that God is capable of doing everything, and He's the owner of everything, and He can provide everything. This is why when things go unusual for me, I will say, God, why? And that is why, as a child, when they even go and play and get dirty, they will come back to you as a father or as a parent for you to take care of them. Mommy, I'm dirty, or daddy, I'm dirty, because they see you as their God. So you are being responsible for whatever that happened. So as a man, you should understand that you are a God in your family, and this is why you are being whole responsible. Sometimes I used to think that imagine how this life is going, what people goes through, especially what men goes through. Sometimes you find yourself in a state of dilemma where you can't think of anything, where you can't do anything, where you don't know the next move in your life. I will ask myself, imagine if God were somebody somewhere that the people can run to or see particularly. You will see that a lot of people may go and question him. A lot of people may go and even attack him and many more. So, the more we understand what we are and our purpose of being on earth, the easier the life will become to us as men and as people. As a man, you are God, and God are the people that people run to. God are someone that people run to, whether in good, whether in bad, whether in the need. The only thing that doesn't come to men always is testimony and thanksgiving. Because some men have never done enough to their partner or to their families. They can never. So that is the third point, that they are gods. Men are gods. And gods is for us to provide, blame, for us to hold responsible, and many other things. So this is the third point, because this is who we are, and this is why we have bring into this world. So it is very important for us to notice this as a people and accept it. And accept it as people for us to have longer life. I have reading an article of a man that said that what is marriage? And the man said that marriage can be defined as a man, a single man, going to pick up a friend, call him a wife. That long run, this friend will get pregnant and give birth to her best friend. And these two best friends will join hands together to squander everything that the man has worked for. So that is very sarcastic, right? But that is the fact. Women in our society today are engaging themselves in so many work. That is not how nature designed it. But they were mandated to work now is because the inordinate demand and the endless, demand and unsatisfied human nature, especially in a woman, have made it impossible for every man to single-handedly, perfectly take care of their family. This is a sad reality. But believe me, if every man were wealthy enough, every man would like to have nothing but a housewife, so that the wife will relax, and after all the set and done, after his daily activities, he will go home and relax, and this woman will take care of the family, prepare good meal for him and everything. But because no one can meet the demand of nature, this is why we find ourselves where we are today. So it is very important to know that as a man, Number one, you are being assigned to responsibility which you cannot escape. And the number two, you have been given the mountain of a leadership. So you are a leader. Number three, you are God's. And the God's is what people consult when they have problem. Yes. So in a normal life, people need God more when they are in trouble than when they are in pain. So this is why you as a man, being God in a human form, being representative of God, the most thing that you'll be seeing is demand and demand and demand. So when you know this and understand this, it will be easy for you. So this will take us to number 4. Men live in reality. This is number 4. And before we treat this, we first of all treat the question, why does men choose to live in reality? And it's very simple. When you are a spender, you will always live on reality because you know the source of your income and you know the deepness of your pocket or your bank account balance. This will humble you, this will navigate your spending, and this will force you to live in a reality. So because men choose to live in reality because of who they are, because of the responsibility ahead, which happens to be endless responsibility, they adopt the nature of living in a realistic lifestyle. And this realistic lifestyle oftentimes attribute and bring judgment upon them, bring condemnation upon them, bring insults upon them, and many other things. So a lot of men have suffered because of the reality lifestyle they have chosen to live. Because when you are living in a reality, you know your capacity and you know your last card. And this is why a man will say, no, I don't have money, as it will become a problem in the society or in the relationship or in the marriage, even to your own children. A man may be having a particular amount of money budgeted for a particular things, and maybe a woman or a child need a toy or something that might not really add value to the family or to their life. A man will say, no, I don't have money. So knowing that this man earns salary maybe lasts 2 weeks and you strongly believe that he has not exhausted all his money, you call him stingy, you call him wicked, and you call him selfish. Without you knowing that because he lives in reality, he know that this money, I really have to manage this money to make sure that this money take me till the end of the month where I will be able to earn the monthly salary. And you will call him all sorts of names. At the end of the day, he fall back on a man to receive a treatment from the loved one, from wife, and from his children. So a man choose to live in reality because they are the provider. Then choose to live in reality because they are the protector. Then choose to live in reality because they are the provider and many other things. Because if the child is sick, it is a man that they will call. If a woman is sick today and she is married, the first thing is, have you called your husband or call your husband? So all these things is what force men to live in reality. And when we are living in reality, there's a lot of things that you are going to cut off from your life. We know that having fun or spending lavishly will not really be a priority in your life as a man who lives in reality and as a responsible man. So all these things are the things that we really have to understand as people, and you really have to understand as a man. So by understanding this, you will be able to know how you navigate the activity of your life in this world and have more peace. And to women who really understand this, we make the work easy for you as a leader, because a good follower will make the life easy for a good leader. So all these things is what we should realize and embrace the hard reality as a people and as men. And when you do this, you will be able to know how to manage things. You will be able to have a peaceful life. You will be able to know how you be in charge of your own life and in charge of those who really surround you as a followers, as a family member, and the rest. So that is how it is. And from here, we'll be coming to end of this live this evening. And I thank you all that have joined this live, all that have shared live and try to support this channel and make this channel and this message go viral. I urge you. And for you who are first time to my live or to my channel, I urge you never to go away from this channel, and I urge you to please subscribe to this channel. I urge you to subscribe to this channel and make it your family channel, because our aim and all our effort is to have a better society, to have a better understanding about our life and our relationship and our marriage. So as a woman hearing this and having joining this live or watching this video with your husband, it will make you understand that it is not really easy for that man out there. It is not really easy for this your husband that you have been placing a lot of expectation to. Sometimes expectation and so much load, so much responsibility push us as men to be mad at you as our wife or as our husband. Sometimes we feel frustrated because we don't have someone who take care of us. We don't have someone who provide us, but we provide ourselves and provide for our immediate family, which we dearly love. So knowing this, that it is not really easy for us as men, we really help us, because it will make you to be more fair to us. It will make you to understand us sometimes when we cry, because they say that man doesn't cry, but the cry of heart of a man is twice of that a loud cry of a woman. So if this video touches you, please subscribe to this channel, share this video to your family and friend, and share me your thoughts, what you think is why man life is the way it is. Is it from our own sins? Is it from our own laziness? Is it from our own controlling over life? Is it from our own inordinate ambition? Is it for our thirst for high life? And many more. So put on the comment what you think that is responsible for this. I thank you so much for being part of this live today, and I urge you to continue watching my video as we continue to grow and get knowledge of life and the knowledge of relationship in general. May God bless you all, and may you remain blessed. So this we come to end of this life today. Thank you so much and remain blessed.